what YouTube, Pinterest, TikTok, and Instagram all have in common? Yes, they are social media platforms, but they are not made equally. I'm Iman, and welcome to the No BS, No Fluff YouTube channel for entrepreneurs, where I teach you how to start, run, and scale your business through goal setting and strategy. On this channel, we are action takers, not excuse makers. And we are talking about social media, and I am going to share with you my proven social media strategy that works. We have YouTube, Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, and they're all social media platforms. But the way that we consume our content on every single platform is different. You can go to TikTok and scroll all day and get these really quick short form videos. But the short form videos that I'm getting on TikTok are not the same ones that I want to see on Instagram. As a business owner, you can post the same content on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram, but they will perform differently. Your statistics will be drastically different across all of the platforms. Some social media platforms are great for outreach. That's your YouTubes and your TikToks, while others, such as your Instagram, is a wonderful nurturing platform. Today, I'm going to give you the proven social media strategy that you can use to show up authentically online and have your products and services selling more than you can imagine. This social media strategy is going to leave you with eyes on your products and customers raving about your products and services. Go ahead, hit that like button if you're ready to show up authentically online and implement the only social media strategy that you're going to need in 2024. Before we can create an effective social media strategy, I want you to get very clear about your goals and your objectives. I want you to show up on one outreach platform and Instagram. You do not need to be anywhere else. Trying to be too many places at one time is only going to cause overwhelm and exhaustion. Pick 2 platforms and stick with them, at least for the next 6 months. Let's get started on creating our social media strategy. For one, we have outreach platforms and we have nurturing platforms. Some of the top and best outreach platforms are YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Then we have Instagram. Instagram is a nurturing platform. If you pay attention to Instagram and even your behaviors when you're on Instagram, you're showing up in the stories more than you are in the scroll, which is why it's a nurturing platform. We'll come back to Instagram, but for now, let's focus on YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. What outreach platform do you want to start with first? For me, I would start with TikTok. TikTok is short form videos. It's not something that you have to be on all day. It's not something that takes a lot of effort or time, and you can get it done really quickly. Identify with this platform, what is your goal and objective? Is it brand awareness, website traffic? Do you want to get lead generation? Is it engagement? Identify what your goal and objectives are before we move on to the next step. All right, so you have identified what platform you want to show up on. You've identified what your objectives and goals are on those platforms. And now we need to do some digging to understand, what does our customer want on these platforms? Find 5 of your competitors, watch their videos, read their comments, pay attention to what times they're showing up online, subscribe to their channels, follow their pages, and pay attention to what type of content they're posting and when they're posting it, and how people are responding to this content. You have identified what outreach platform you want to show up on. You have identified your goals and objectives on that platform, and now you've gone to do your customer discovery and paying attention to what you need to be posting on these pages. As you go through, see if you find any problems. Are people complaining about their products? Are people raving about them? What is the good, the bad, and the ugly? List those out in 3 different columns. Then figure out how your brand and business or your services can be the solution to said problem. So you have identified what platform you're going to show up on. You have identified your goals and objectives. You followed and researched 5 different competitors. And then you've listed out your customers' problems. Now, with those problems, I want you to identify one of your products or services that align with what your customers' problems are. From this exercise, you are then going to begin to list out different questions that you can answer. What you are doing is you have identified where you're going to show up. You've identified what type of content is performing well on those channels, right? And now you're going to create the content, and you're creating content that, one, answers the questions that your customers have, but two, you're able to see what's performing well for your competitors and how can you show up and create better content than what they have created. It is time to create the content. I want you to create problem agitation content and problem solution content. You are going to agitate your customers' problems. For instance, you could sell dog toys, right? And you have a dog owner and you have created a video where this golden retriever is ruining the dog toys. You could talk about how the golden retriever is ruining all of these dog toys. You're spending all of this money on replacing these toys because you want your dog to be entertained and have something to chew and play with. And you show that you have the solution to that problem, which is a dog toy that's indestructible. First, you're agitating them by showing that they have all of these broken up toys and all of these bits and pieces around their home and in the dog's pen. And then you show your solution, which is your indestructible dog toys. Problem agitation content, problem solution content, where you're showing that you're the solution to their problem. Now, I want you to create, whether that is for TikTok, Pinterest, or YouTube, I want you to create the type of content to gain customers through your funnel. Now that you know what problem agitation content is and problem solution content, I want you to go out and start to create titles and ideas that align with your customers' problems and the solutions that you have. Create 5 to 10 different scenarios, topics, or blog posts that can be promoted on Pinterest if you choose Pinterest, titles that can become long form videos on YouTube, or short little clips that can be seen on TikTok. Now that you have created the outreach content to get in front of your customers, you have to start to nurture those audiences. How do we nurture them? You can get them on your email list, your text list, or on Instagram. So as you're creating this content, I want you to give them a call to action. Download this checklist, text me this keyword, send me an email, get a coupon. Do all of these things so you can get your currency, which is your email. Now that you have these people on your email list or your text list, it's time to nurture them. What are you going to send on a weekly? As you give call to actions to your audience, I want you to also send them to your Instagram. Tell them to send you a DM. And as you get them over to Instagram, start to engage with them. Create the type of content in your stories where people are able to like, know, and trust you. Let them know who you are. Show them the behind the scenes of you building your empire. Show them you packaging orders or answering questions in more detail. Let people know that you're a person. Give them a little snippet into who you are outside of work. In addition to that, now that we have these email text lists, we got to nurture these people. We have to bring them further down our funnel. What offers do you have for them? How can they like, know, and trust you more based on the content that you are sending them through emails? Are you telling them more about why your products are the best products that they could have, or your services? What are your unique selling points, and how are you letting people know what they are? What's your cadence going to be? How often are you engaging with these people? As you get them on your welcome sequence and in your funnel, are you sending them an email on a daily basis? Are you sending them on a weekly or a monthly? Whatever your cadence is, you have to stick to it. We have identified what platform we're going to start with as an outreach platform. We have identified our goals and our objectives. We have figured out what our competitors and our competition is doing online on these platforms, identified the problems that our customers are having and how we are solutions to those problems. We've created our content. We've created a nurturing funnel so we can not only get them into our funnel, but also nurture them to increase the like, know, and trust. And now that we have done that, the golden ticket to implementing and your strategy to work is this one thing. That is that you have to be consistent. Consistency wins the race. If you are consistent and you're showing up repeatedly, you can only get better. You can get better on social media. You can get better with your emails. The consistency aspect, you can't buy that. You have to show up and you have to not be afraid to do the work. You can create and implement all of this strategy that I have given you today, but if you're not consistent, you will not see the results that you desire within your business. Now that you have learned the proven social media strategy that works, you may be wondering, how are you going to implement that day to day and get started? Well, it all starts by watching this video right here. And when you implement the proven social media strategy with this video here, you're going to be consistent and you're going to see success within your business.